So, we come to the end of 2020. To be sure, this was not the year those of us at the Travel Corporation expected as we imagined our celebration of turning 100 in August. Like so many of you, our esteemed travelers and guests, our plans were suddenly upended by a global pandemic during this most challenging year. However, one thing we know is that it is on the darkest of nights that we are able to see and appreciate the stars. And for those of us at TTC this year, one of the consistent bright spots shining through has been the opportunity to share the stories of my family and of the Travel Corporation through these monthly videos and blogs, telling the stories that began a century ago in August of 1920, when my grandfather Solomon Tolman opened a small hotel in a tiny fishing village on the west coast of South Africa. His story was the first we told back in January this year of how, from these humble beginnings, he began our family business and introduced our ethos of being driven by service. In February, for Valentine's Day, we shared a tale near and dear to my heart, the love story of my parents, Stanley and B. Tolman, leading in time to my mother's founding of Red Carnation Hotels, which I now serve and support as director. For International Women's Day in March, we focused on the role that women have and continue to play at TTC, which has been so central to our success. In April, for the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, we told the story of our non-profit foundation, Tread Right, and how we help make travel matter for our planet, for people, and for wildlife. The stories we have told throughout this year have allowed us to focus on what is most important to us. In May, for International Day of Families, we look back at a few of the incredible people and personalities who work for our family of travel companies. In June, as we were all beginning to come to terms with the first phase of this pandemic and the devastation it has brought, we decided to take a step back and count our blessings. My father recorded a beautiful and profound message of gratitude, sharing words of wisdom which continue to sustain us. In July, for International Friendship Day, we shared a composite video bringing together a few of our past travelers' videos sent in from around the world, celebrating the rich friendships that have developed within TTC, among our partners, and most importantly with you, our guests. Being part of a 100-year-old company gives one a perspective that only comes with time. For August video, we had a chance to discuss TTC's past, our present, and our future in a three-way conversation from generation to generation between my father, my brother Brett, who serves as CEO of the Travel Corporation, and his daughter, my niece, Ella. September was a particular treat, as it allowed us to reconnect with a couple of our favorite travelers. Though we are unable to see them in person this year, we reached out to reconnect to them in Voices of Our Travelers. Innovation has always been the lifeblood of TTC, and October's video allowed us to share news of a few of the fantastic innovations we are working on now as we develop new ways to care for and connect with you, our travelers, in this era of COVID. And last month, in November, we turned our attention to the future again and our dreams of travel with a video poem entitled When We Travel Again, which brings us to this month and the year-end holiday season. It is a time for reflection, and as we look back on this year, we invite you to watch these monthly videos you might not have seen yet, or perhaps to rewatch one or two that you connected with. You will find them all at ttc.com/videos. 100. I hope these stories provide you with what they have for me during this awfully difficult year, offering you something sweet and sentimental to remember in a year we may otherwise wish to forget, which is filled with so much illness and loss, disappointment and delayed plans. And yet, as my father always says, we must accentuate the positives, appreciate the silver linings, and look forward and towards a brighter future ahead. And so, from all of us at the Travel Corporation, as we begin our second century, here is wishing the best for you, our beloved travelers, the best wishes for the holidays to be taken that are happy and healthy in the not too distant future, and for better times ahead. Wherever and whenever it may be, we look forward to welcoming you and serving you then